Hey guys, it's Squid. Welcome back to the channel. So we are gonna test you get my ASMR voice today because the little is trying to take a nap. So we're gonna test my not only the soundproofing in this room, but the the good old ASMR voice. And if I get too loud, will calm myself down because I really don't have a choice at this point because we got stuff to talk about, and I need her to take a nap, and her dad's laying down with her. So if I'm too loud, I'm gonna hear about it later. He won't tell me in the moment, but he'll tell me later. Tell me you loud as fuck. So how is everybody doing today? I was not planning on streaming today. Although I should have been because I know Randy was supposed to file his motions. Yeah, I'm using my inside voice. I was notified earlier that there was a couple of documents, and I didn't go live yesterday for the judge's response because I posted it in the Discord, and thanks to all the people who joined the Discord yesterday. Judge Dad is mad. I can read the judges. I posted it on my Discord, but I can read it if y'all want to, because it is spicy, and is worth repeating. And it this one's not so bad. These are Randy's filings and the judge's filing, the judge's order, and then 2 filings from Randy, which are pretty short. So I don't see us losing brain cells because they are well written. Randy's team writes better than Bubbles any day. However, that being said, he filed these after the judge's order where the judge is mad. So it's like, are these going to be professional or spicy or both? Oh yes, the judge is beyond pissed. So just for just for knowing what we're into. So if we can see the difference in Randy's writings after the judge lays the smackdown or before. So we will open it and see. Yeah, and y'all do get my inside voice today, so I'm going to move the mic a little bit closer to me because, just in case. And because of my allergies today, I am sipping on bone broth so that I can help the throat. Oh, thank you. I just gave myself a blowout this afternoon. I'm going to run the straightener through it because I am going to have a girls' night tonight. We are doing a ghost hunt or a ghost tour. So we are doing a ghost tour. So if y'all, I did contact Musi about the fact that I'm not, or I'm going on a ghost tour in Savannah tonight. So if y'all are anywhere near Savannah or in Savannah tonight, you might see me. But I'm finally having a girls' night with my friends. So there's like 5 or 6 of us. And it's going to be nice to have girls' night now that I'm close to my friends. Has anyone actually seen the so-called survey? All right, we are going to get into this. And Fallen Hero, thank you getting us started with a 99-cent super sticker. You are awesome as usual. I love you guys. I did pin my my Amazon the Amazon list that y'all keep mentioning to the top of the chat. If you feel so inclined to send a super chat, if you are the type of person who would like to send a super chat, I have a gift card list for that set up. If you'll want to contribute to that instead, that way you don't give any money to YouTube, but you still can support me. That's great. If you just want to watch for free, that's cool too. Just please hit that like button and share it out so we can grow this channel. We are almost to 3,600 subscribers. We are almost to 3,600. We want to get to 3,600 by the end of the weekend would be great. Since I apologize. These are the motions that the judge told Randy to respond to. Yeah. These were the ones that were asked. The judge told Randy to respond by the 28th before he laid the smack down. So we're going to read the smack down and see what happens. I did post it, and I did send it to a fellow streamer yesterday, and he was able to read it on his stream. And the laugh he gave when he read this was by far the most hilarious thing I've ever seen. All right. Order. Defendants have filed 4 motions for attorney's fees under 28 U.S. Code 1927, Docs 104, 105, 114, and 116. The motions all seek the same relief and should have been filed as one motion. Strike one for Bubbles. Thus, the 4 motions, 104, 105, 114, and 116, are stricken, as they should be. Just like he struck Randy's motions that needed to be filed as 2 separate, he struck Bubbles' motions because they all should have been on one. Oh. Hi. I'm sorry. I'm the allergies are killing me. Oh, I woke up like 3 times yesterday to blow my nose, or in the middle of the night to blow my nose. The court is tired of both attorneys in this case clogging the docket with unnecessary, duplicative, and meritless filings. The quantity of judicial resources that have been consumed by this case is ridiculous. This simple 1 plaintiff, 2 defendant defamation case has 117 docket entries, and discovery has not even been completed. And I want to discuss this right here. So I got screenshots of people who cut that part down, or from people who cut that part down and pointed that out to me specifically, that the judge was calling Bubbles out for not giving up discovery. There's a caveat. So in the judge's original filing, or the scheduling order from November, the end of discovery is not till April 7th, which is a Monday, I think. So although it's the case of to hammer everything's a nail, when we see something called out for Bubbles and then he says something else, we don't like Bubbles, so we automatically want to. He might have had he might be calling him out, maybe. But discovery is not for not turning over the 2 things the things that he ordered. However, discovery itself the deadline for discovery is April 7th. So just because we think he called out Bubbles, he probably did not. He is probably looking at his scheduling order and being like, according to my scheduling order, this April 7th is the deadline for our discovery. So he's using that. So as much as I would love to say I think he's calling out Bubbles, I don't think he is. I think he's looking at his calendar for this case. Yes, Roy, I love you, but you missed my point. Except for those 3, I don't think he is referring to those 3 in this document. I think in this document, I had people screenshot literally that part, send it to me, and see he called out Bubbles for not turning over discovery. I don't think he is talking about those 3 things. I think the judge, when he wrote this, when he said discovery has not been completed, the judge is referring to his schedule, his scheduling order for the timeline. I don't think he is, as much as I would love for him to call Bubbles out for that bullshit, I don't think in this case, so the people that sent that to me, and it was more than one, I don't think, you'll have to email me and let me know who that was. I can think of 3 people's streams, and I can think of the mods. Yeah. So yes, all discovery is supposed to be complete by April 7th. So as much as I would like to say that he's calling Bubbles out for what he was supposed to turn over and didn't, I believe this, he is specifically referring to his own timeline for the completion of discovery. The court hereby notifies counsel that at the hearing previously scheduled for April 3rd, 2025, the court will also be addressing whether both attorneys should be sanctioned for their continual abuse of the judicial process and unprofessional litigation conduct. Footnote 1, and the judge's footnotes are always the best. See Federal Rules of Civil Procedure 11C3, stating that a district court may issue sanctions after ordering an attorney to show cause. See also Eagle Hospital Physicians LLC versus SRG Consulting Inc., 11th Circuit 2009. A court may impose sanctions for litigation misconduct under its inherent power. In Bryken American LLC Equipment Leasing Litigation, Southern District of Florida 2013, recognizing a court's inherent power to effectively manage its affairs by punishing and deterring abuses of the judicial process. The unprofessionalism of both lawyers, in this case, surpasses anything that the undersigned has seen before. So remember when I said that, yes, I understand why Randy is frustrated, but the judge doesn't give two flying fucks about what happens outside of the courtroom, doesn't care what is said on the podcast, doesn't care that Bubbles tries to get under Randy's skin. Judge does not give two fucks, and he shows it right here. The judge only cares about what is the professional behavior between lawyers in emails and the professionalism that is shown in legal filings. And guess what? Guess what? You are tugged at by a ninja. I'm not understanding your references, or maybe I just don't pay enough attention to oh no, I got it. I don't know. I don't care. I think it's hilarious. Like, if I live rent free in people's heads. Cheers. I think it's fucking hilarious. And Stephen, the fact that it took me that long to figure out who you were talking about makes me laugh even more. Sorry. Allergies are bad here in Florida. We need rain bad. I've been coughing and nose will not stop running. Yeah. I know it wasn't you. I know it was. I know. There's a two-part answer. There's a two-part name. And the first part, I believe, if I'm thinking of the right person, I could really, like, it's taken a lot of brain power to think. Here's the first part. First word. 2 syllables. Second word. 2 syllables. She is currently trying to go down for a nap. So you get my thing. And Musi, I did get your email. I rent free in their hearts. Bless their sweet little hearts. Bless them. I'm clutching my proverbial pearls. Sorry. Yeah, I haven't spoken to any of those people in a month or more, and I still live rent free in their freaking heads. It's hilarious to me. So, getting back to the topic at hand, remember when I said that the judge did not give 2 flying hints of a fuck about what goes on behind the scenes or what has happened in the past 3 years, what Bubbles goes on and says, or how Randy tries to get under, or Bubbles tries to get under Randy's skin. It's like, it is. The judge showed right here, he does not give a fuck. And just because someone has gotten under your skin because they talk shit on a podcast for hours a day does not mean that you get to lose your courtroom decorum and your professionalism as a lawyer. Guess what? Like, that's where I was like, remember when I kept saying, and everybody's like, remember the context. Oh, the context. Judge showed right here. He does not give a flying motherfuck about the context. And that's my whole point. And it seems like I'm trying to see this as what a lawyer and what a judge would see. The judge doesn't care about context. The judge cares about the docket. That's it. The judge cares about the docket, case law, past precedent, and the fact that this isn't his only freaking case. And now he's got 2 cases with these nutbags. Just saying. Roy, you are completely missing my point. Just because you don't call see ya. Just because you don't call someone a scumbag does not mean that you are being unprofessional, and that unprofessional behavior is acceptable. Lawyers are supposed to be held to higher standards. And just because you're dealing with someone like Bubbles does not mean that you have to drop to his level. Yes, Bubbles is worse, but Randy has not been perfect by any means in this situation, and the judge sees it. So, I completely understand. To the people who say Bubbles is worse, I completely agree. But I've said since I started covering this case that the judge is going to be pissed with everybody. And I proved my point. The judge proved my point. So yes. But he describes that. So when counsel for both parties show up for the hearing on April 3rd, 2025, they must bring their checkbooks. Indeed, the court probably should have issued sanctions earlier in this case, but no, Rogue Mama, these 2 filings were actually acceptable to the judge, or at least one of them was. I don't know about the other one, but it's one of those. It's one of those. I don't think that these are going to be punished by the judge. I think these were the from potted plant to honey badger. Oh yes, that's true. Yeah, you make a really good point. Oh, and how is your puppy doing? So cute. Sorry, I'm moving up. The potted plant will become a buzzsaw. Yeah, and yeah, that was the thing. Yeah, you're right. You're completely right. There's some things that he didn't need to respond to, that he should have just let Bubbles hang himself. You don't need to try to jump off the same bridge that Bubbles is. Maybe you can't do anything the right way. He is a child stuck in a grown-up body. Yeah, I don't disagree. Yep. Not necessarily. The judge has to Randy has to respond to the things the judge wants a response for. He doesn't have to respond to everything. There are times when the judge says, don't respond. And I think he said, don't respond in the sense of, I don't need your, I don't want your response, because that's just another thing I have to freaking read. But the court does not like to issue sanctions, believing that lawyers, as officers of the court, will, and most always do, behave appropriately after being warned. Remember, they were warned in December. Thus, the court had tried to cajole compliance with the rules in other ways and has been patient with counsel. That obviously has not worked. Instead, the attorneys in this case have taken advantage of the court's patience and abused the judicial process. No more. All right. Footnote, the following filings will be addressed at the hearing, all of which appear to be possible violations of Federal Rules of Civil Procedure 11, because they were frivolous and were presented for improper purposes. Defendant's motion for reconsideration. The second defendant's motion for reconsideration. Plaintiff's motion to dismiss counterclaim, and the other plaintiff's motion to dismiss counterclaim, documents 85 and 86. So 2 each. Yes, and I believe that will be sorted out, but there are some things that when you know you have a hearing, there's certain things that you should just wait for the hearing And if Bubbles wants to keep filing frivolous crap, just let him. Just let him. I would love to be a fly on the wall in the judge's chambers when he was writing this. Because I know that this not, yeah, like, yes, this Rogue Mama brings up a really good point. Like, it's not that he doesn't respond. He doesn't respond with a filing. He responds with the evidence to show the judge in a courtroom during the hearing. And he can always request a hearing. Like, instead of filing these motions back and forth, Randy could always request a hearing. It may not be approved, but you can always request a hearing. You can always ask. The worst thing you will be told by the judge is no. Defendants may refile a single motion for attorney's fees under 28 U.S. Code 1927, and plaintiff may respond to that motion. Plaintiff may also respond as previously ordered by Document 113. But other than those filings, which is the filings that Randy did, that we'll get into, neither party may submit any additional filings, barring an emergency situation, footnote 2, in this case until after the hearing on April 3rd, 2025. It's one of those things of like, I feel that some, and I've always felt this way, both sides are guilty. One side might be worse than the other, but that's not the point. Both sides are guilty of getting very, very emotionally involved in this case. I understand to a point why, because you see somebody being wronged and you perceive somebody's being wronged on either side. So just generality, either side. You perceive somebody as being wrong and you want to see it righted or written, whatever. However, like, the judge doesn't care about emotions, feelings, the judge is not taking any of this personally. It's his job not to. So when we feel like we have emotion involved, remember, his job is to not show emotion. He gets paid to make decisions based on the law and not his emotions. Like, Judge told, he did. That one's a caveat. He said no more motions to dismiss. He narrowed it down, like that right there. And you and I, no matter what we agreed on, disagree on, we always agree on that. Just because you can say something doesn't mean you should say something. And also, there is a time and a place. Oh, I don't either. Like, Randy is a good lawyer and needs to put his career and the law over his client because that's what's best for the client. And I like Randy as a lawyer. I think he advocates very well for his clients. However, sometimes I feel like he advocates too much, considering I think Randy shows a little bit too much emotion as well. I think emotion has overtaken this case. And that's why I only read the filings and I only hear about other things because y'all tell me. I don't go looking. Yes, and this too. But I believe that Randy will be sanctioned monetarily. However, yes, motions for summary judgment. Thank you. I have the document, and just one of those things. Yeah, and I think Bubbles knows that he hits a nerve, and when someone knows your weakness, what do? They keep going at it. When someone knows your weakness, what is this? Should we read the Art of War? Like, when someone knows your weakness, they're going to keep going after it. That's why you don't let someone know that something got to you. It happens to everybody, but like, the more Randy let Bubbles know that he got to him, the more shit Bubbles pulled, because Bubbles now knows that he hit a nerve, and him being the antagonistic little fucktard that he is, my personal opinion, but I'm pretty sure if you look up fucktard in the dictionary, you'll see a picture of a nose. Just saying. it's just one of those, like, when someone, y'all know, when someone gets under your skin and they see that they get under your skin, that's what they keep doing. Like, it's opinion accepted. Randy should apologize for his struck filings. He should say he shouldn't have filed pleadings and motions as one, but he should have filed both filings properly and joined both defendants in one. That's true. Yeah, and also that's a good point. The extra filings, one for each, instead of just saying the defendants as a whole, because sometimes some of those filings were the exact same. They were just for two different people. So, he should say he was embarrassed at how stupid that was and he won't ever do that again. Yep. Yes, that's right here. Randy also has to walk the line. He has a lot to lose. He has a license to practice in Florida after this case is over. He still needs a career. Yes, BBB would love to see Randy lose his license. So I believe that Randy will be sanctioned. The Fleas, Bubbles, and their rented journalists have been actively participating in this smear campaign against Randy. Yes, and it bugs Randy, and I know it bugs Randy. I'm trying. I know it bugs Randy, because it would bug anybody. But when you start to let it show, they'll keep doing it. It's like when someone talks crap about you and you're like, I don't give a shit. It pisses them off because they want to try to get to you. And when they don't, they get more pissed. They get more pissed because they're looking for a reaction. And it's like a bully. They want that reaction. When a bully feels like they can no longer bully you, they'll go away. Bubbles might not go away, but it would sure piss him off if Randy didn't let him get to him. Off topic, but church lot, still related. Years back, Jay said plot mapping and deeds were wrong. I think it's been too many years to be conducted. He can get damages on the ranch, though. And that whole is that's whole nother can of worms that is like, I've heard about, but I haven't but if not Randy, if Jeremy is going to sue for that, because the people who sold him the property, that's his legal right. Hey, Flash fan, how are you? Yes, Bubbles needs to read How to Win Friends and Influence People. It's only 1 credit on Audible. It's like $13.95 if you pay for it. It's not that bad. I think it's like $13 or $14 on the audio for the audiobook on Apple Books. So you're good. Like, it's a really good book. It's a really good book. I need to read it again. It's been years. I actually need the audiobook. I'd probably understand more. I think if Jeremy went in calm, sat there with a calm, cool manner through it all, it would infuriate Bruce. That's the point. That, Barbara, you said it perfectly. Perfectly. Like, it's one of those things of like, the more someone tries to get to you and you don't let them, you just say, you look like a fool and I'm just going to keep doing me. You keep making a fool of yourself over here, running your mouth, going on podcast, talking shit about me, saying that I'm this, I'm that, I'm this, I'm that. And Randy is like, okay, like, you do you, boo. Like, you give yourself enough, you keep jumping out into that lotion with no life preserver. You let me know how that goes for you. I think Jeremy has learned to temper his emotions with Bubbles. Yeah. Best way to catch a narcissist. That's, is that a book? Because that really should be a book. Best way to catch a narcissist is a lie is be quiet and let them talk. It will all come out. Yes, because narcissists, and not people with NPD per se, but people with narcissistic traits, and we all have them to a degree, but like, that I don't know. People have said Doreen, Randy signs them. I don't truly know. Yeah. Yes. And there is a reason that he is in his 40s. I believe he's in his 40s and is a federal appointed judge. there is a reason for that. There's a reason for that. Jeremy said he has ADHD. Those of us with ADHD have a need for justice, and we can't always stop ourselves from acting and reacting. That's true too. That's true. BBY winds up with this nonsense. Difficult not to respond negatively. Difficult, but one of those things of part of it is, remember how I said, everybody, I believe my opinion, not confirmed, that a lot of people on both sides, maybe Randy included, have gotten way too emotionally involved because of the personal attacks. And sometimes that's, it's not always great, but it is what it is. It is what it is. All right, we are going to read this one first. This is document 120. I have document 119 as well. I just saved 119 to my computer, and then I'm opening this one. All right, response to request for leave to effect alternative service of deposition subpoena. In case we, and thank you, Deborah, for the $5 Cash App for baby squid. Oh, it's going towards her room. Everything goes towards her room. Oh, at the end, remind me, I will show you guys a picture of her canopy. My mom and I made a canopy for her out of some scarves. So a lot of the Cash Apps that you guys have sent me went to those canopy scarves. So we made a canopy bed for her. And hey, poor Maureen, how are you? All right. Plaintiff Jeremy Hales, by and through undersigned counsel, responds to the request for leave to effect alternative service of deposition subpoena, document 112, and states, and remember, this is the subpoena of Zim Paget, that Bubbles could not serve the mayor of a town of 100 people. He could not be found. Either Zim is freaking Houdini, or somebody didn't try hard enough. More like unicorn colors. So it is what it is. Yeah. And I'm not trying to say that my coverage of this is stellar. I'm not trying to, but my coverage in this has tried to be what the judge sees. So that's why I don't investigate anything else. I don't know both sides. I barely watch anybody else. I couldn't even go to FlashFan. FlashFan has a Discord server where he trial watches, and he was going to do it today, and I was planning on being there, and I totally forgot because I got sidetracked with other stuff. I don't even watch the people who I really want to watch and the people who I really care about streams on time. So trying to cover things that I don't particularly care about makes it difficult. Oh yes, that's too. The little is asleep, or at least trying to sleep. So we're testing on the Amazon list. I had those door stoppers. It's more because we have not a draft stopper so much, but there's like an inch gap underneath each door. So I put it on this room so that it kind of creates a sound barrier a little bit better, so that we can keep the little, because her room is right there. My room is all the way on the other side of the house. Her room is right there. So yeah. I have to add more stuff, but the thing about it is, like, I have a hard enough time with that. I have a hard enough time with that one, and like asking for people to contribute to that one, because y'all know I'm the worst. I hate asking for things. So y'all see how awkward it is for me to say, if y'all want to send to super chats, look at that first. Because y'all, me and trying to ask people for things, I'm horrible. You can ask a lot of people. I am horrible at asking for help. I feel like I'm taking advantage of people when they just do basic things to help me out. I even have like a sense of mom guilt every time Mr. Squid does what a dad should do. Takes the little, gives her a bath. I feel guilty for not giving her a bath first. Goes and changes her diaper, puts her in jammies. I'm like, I should have done that first. It's like, no, he's her dad. He can do it too. He's perfectly capable. So like my brain is yeah. Hey, Sticky Widget. And Dan Davis, thank you for the $5 super chat. If the neighbors Tina just stay out of it, JH would have left them alone. So now they got to pay the piper. Penguin Blue Wavy. Like, yeah, stay out. Like, there is a certain point where it's like just I really, really appreciate it. And Photo Lady 12, if you see this, thank you so much. The baskets that you purchased from the list arrived today, and I've already put them up. I already know what I'm going to use them for in my laundry room to make it not look so barren and to hide the things that I want to hide on the top shelf. It's I hope you're doing okay, Flashman. Let me know. You got my number. Text me if you need anything. You do a great service for people and an honest opinion of raising stocks, in my opinion. Appreciate it, considering you have a life and a little jewel to take care of. Yeah, I try to just keep my emotions out of it, because if I get emotionally involved, I feel like other people are, whether it be entertainment, like Shizzy writing letters to Bubbles, like that's pure entertainment, or Megan and Tug and some others who have really gone in deep in investigating various parts of this case that I have just not. If I get emotionally involved, I feel like I am not doing my due justice or due diligence as to be different from other streamers. Not saying that they're overly emotional, not trying to do that, but like I'm trying to take a purely legal look at it and forget most of the other BS. Because at the end of the day, the judge proved it in his order. He don't give two fucks about the other shit. Oh, I am fine. I am trying to use my my inside voice because the little is trying to go down for a nap. So it's one of those things of and my allergies are going nuts. So and you know what, poor Marine, that's your personal opinion, and everybody is entitled to theirs, and I don't judge. Because if I judge people for their opinion, that leaves me open to them judging me for mine. Like, and I try, I'm not perfect by any means, but I try not to be hypocritical about things, which is why I tend to criticize both sides at least a little bit and just give my honest opinion. Do I agree? Do I think the facts are on Jeremy's side? Of course I do. But that doesn't mean that every motion that Bubbles brings is wrong or frivolous. Some of them, he's had a really good point. Hey, Yeety. It's his job not to. Because at the end of the day, if they're not breaking any laws, it does not matter. The only thing the judge cares about is the law and how the law is interpreted to that these set of facts. The judge's whole job. Could you imagine if judges got emotional? And I have seen, Flashfan can tell you, Judge Arthur, he got emotional when he thought the lawyers were taking advantage of the jury's time. His whole job is to remain as neutral as possible. And when you start showing emotion has a tendency to overrule your better judgment. And if his whole job as a judge is to judge the facts, letting your emotions get involved is the opposite of what. And maybe they are, but maybe they aren't. Yeah, that was the Carly Gregg judge. When he said we all need to take a pregnant pause and think about the jury. So, yeah, he yelled a lot. But he yelled at the attorneys, not at the jury or the defendant. He yelled at the attorneys for wasting the jury's time. So, it's yeah. Yeah, we already saw an emotional judge with the Thomases. That's what happens when you let emotions. Yeah. Technically, even though the judge ordered BBB to turn over all those things, or three different things, the discovery deadline is not till April 7th. So technically April 8th. Yeah, Rhonda. And I know it's hard. And when you see all this other stuff, you get emotional. But that's why I'm trying to look at it from only what the judge sees, because otherwise you get the people who are like, well, the judge isn't paying attention to this. No, the fuck he's not. Because it's not his job to pay attention to that. This is not the judge's only case. So yeah. So Bev too. Yes. What did a Thomases? Oh my god. Oh yes, Judge Grudge was awful. Hey, Storybook Doll, how are you? It's you know, it's just one of those things. Like, yes, a lot of times, even in the Sarah Boone case, I really wish that the judge could have seen some of the other antics, or it's not their job. Their job is to only get presented with the facts. And just like Randy keeps pointing out that the stuff Jeremy is saying qualifies under his First Amendment rights. Same thing with a lot of the things that are being said on the other side of the coin. We don't like them. I think they are rude. I think they are unprofessional and uncalled for. However, First Amendment rights still fit. The thing about it is the First Amendment doesn't just apply to words we like. It's just the First Amendment does not just like we read in another filing from the Supreme Court, or they quoted the Supreme Court, just because, paraphrasing, just because you don't like something or it personally offends you does not make it illegal. So as much as I hate some of the things that are being said by multiple people, it's not always illegal. It sucks, but that's kind of just the way it is. Yes, but there is a fine line against just saying what you don't like and defamation. There is a definite line. What Lynette and John Cook did is truly defamation. Some of the other things is words we don't like, but not necessarily up to the line of defamation. And especially defamation against a public figure, which when you are on YouTube, you are a public figure, whether you like it or not. Defamation against a public figure is extra hard to prove. But Jeremy has another case with more defendants. So J-Mac, I want to agree with you. And that's true. There's that too. It's not slander if it's true. So I truly think Judge is trying to be fair on paper. When it's time to argue, Bruce's argument will fall flat and fail. Reading through Randy's filings, he absolutely has been professional. He's been more professional. He's been more professional. There are times where he's lost his little professional touch and added some snark that, although funny, Terry, I've been to Otter Creek and live nearby. I know the area. I don't know if I'm happy for you or I'm like, it's interesting, but I could say the same thing about tiny little towns around here. Sometimes like the town my sister-in-law grew up in, her husband and Mr. Squid give her a hard time for the town that she grew up in. So like it is just what it is. And Flashman, I did see your messages about not only the case where the doctor is being accused of unaliving his wife, but the Christopher Schultz case out of Arizona, the hot car case. And now that there won't be any filings in this case for a few days, I can cover my other cases that I've let fall, because streaming multiple times a day is very difficult for me. So it's yeah. But his other lawyer was a little snarky outside of court and got found liable for defamation against Amber Heard. So yeah, I think its tortious interference is only clear because we see and have access to more information than the judge has had access to up to this date. Discovery has not yet happened. Barbara, you are amazing. Yeah, and I don't have the time for that too. Yep, and that's true. And after discovery is over with, there are different things will be seen. It is what it is. Like, different things will be seen. And all right, as an initial matter, getting back to this, with complete understanding of what the court has ruled on previously, especially the order of yesterday, document 118, plaintiffs must insist this court local rules be enforced. Defendant's request, document 112, is filed in violation of Rule 7.1 B to C. See the attached Exhibit 1. Local Rule 7B states attorney conference required before he's using what Bubbles did back at him. Oh, a Waukesha teen? Oh my God. I have to look at local news for that one. Oh, Waukesha is my stomping grounds, so to speak. Yeah, me too. That is true. I still think he'll get sanctioned, but I don't think it'll be very much. I think it'll be $500. It's one of those things, like, he is man enough to apologize, and they've already done it. Like, even Jeremy did it. And that's the sign of what I view, in my personal opinion and my morals, is I hold as a good person and someone I want to know or want to watch, versus someone that just annoys the crap out of me. Is when you do wrong and someone calls you out on your wrongdoing, if you are brave enough and have the balls to apologize and say, yeah, I fucked up, I'm sorry, let me do better, versus someone who gets called out, makes somebody angry, gets called out, and says and doubles down on the BS, which is what certain other people have done. So it's a thing. I have this one I'm curious about, because if he's a teenager, his parents would be about my age, and that's where I went to high school. So this one's got me. Yeah. But a lot of people that apologize on X they're being forced to apologize, or they're not genuinely being apologetic. All right. Local 7.1B states attorney conference required before filing a motion raising an issue. An attorney for the moving party must attempt in good faith to resolve the issue through a meaningful conference with an attorney for the adverse party. The adverse party's attorney must participate in the conference in good faith. There's the key words that I don't think Bubbles will ever be able to comprehend. I don't think it is in his narcissistic brain to good faith. I think he would set himself on fire if he tried to say good faith out loud. The conference may be conducted in person, by telephone, in writing, and or electronically, but an oral conference is encouraged. An email or other writing sent at or near the time of filing the motion is not a meaningful conference. When a conference is conducted in writing or electronically, an attorney ordinarily should be afforded at least 24 hours, as calculated under Federal Rule of Civil Procedure 6, to respond to a communication. This Rule 7.1b applies to an unrepresented pro se party only if the party is not in custody. This did not occur. See Exhibit 1. Local Rule 7.1c states certificate required. A motion or supporting memorandum must include a certificate under a separate heading confirming that the moving party complied with the attorney conference requirement of Local Rule 7.1b and setting out the results. Here's their certificate in the request for leave, document 112. It is in violation of Local Rule 7.1c. See Exhibit 1 in the certificate and the request. Certificate under Local 7.1c Local Rule 7.1C, my dyslexia took over. The undersigned certifies compliance with the attorney conference requirement of Local Rule 7.1B. Plaintiff's counsel did not respond. This is because there was no compliance with the attorney conference requirement under conference requirement of Local Rule 7.1B. None of the exceptions in Local Rule 7.1D apply. Exceptions: attorney conference and certificate not required. An attorney conference and certificate are not required for a motion that would determine the outcome of a case or claim. For a motion for leave to proceed in formal pauperis, or for a motion that properly may be submitted ex parte. Thus, plaintiff challenges certificate of conferral. The conferral requirement exists for a valid reason, and violation of the conferral requirement should be fully enforceable. Local Rule 7.1B requires a meaningful conference with an attorney for the adverse party. Here, there was no meaningful conference. See Exhibit 1. Dan, I am sorry. Like, is Rogue Mama still here? Because I'm sure she has the link for Rosalind's video that she did with you on your story. That needs to get out more. Because, y'all, I lost power that day too. So the day after my birthday. Happy birthday to me. We lost power, but we got our power back 5 days later, 6 days later, something like that. The request should therefore be denied as a result. Respectfully submitted, Shaka Law Group. Hey, look, certificate of service. And here's the Local Rule 7.1. I just have to respond to a message real quick. There we go. My friend just sent a message, just comfy lately after dark. It gets chilly, no heels. It's a 2.5 mile walking ghost tour. Well, hopefully with bar stops. Local Rule 7.1B, email alternative service of subpoena, Monday, March 24th at 6 p.m. Bruce to Randy. I don't know why a response is even needed from you on a third-party subpoena being served. What possible rationale could you have for opposing that, other than to force the court to take it up for the sake of forcing the court to take it up? There is none, other than unnecessarily, unreasonably multiplying proceedings. He's trying so hard not to use the word polyflop. Just bleh. Bleh. Are both types of spirits. Yes, or maybe we will go to a haunted bar. That is a very possible thing in Savannah. In any event, please reserve April 2nd at 1 p.m. and I will endeavor to notice the deposition at that time or another time we can agree on once the ruling comes on my motion. Thanks. Monday, March 24th, Shockett Law Group wrote, I do not consent. You don't even allow 24 hours to respond to an email, especially when you send something on a Sunday. Can you please advise how this is appropriate? As of now, the only time I have is between 1 and 2 p.m. on April 2nd. I mean, and this was at March 23rd at 6:50 p.m. Counsel, please indicate your consent or not to a motion to effect alternative service of a deposition subpoena on Zim Paget. Either way, please indicate your availability for a 2-hour deposition of Mr. Paget from March 30th to April 6th so I can accommodate your schedule in case we effect service. I mean, so in Discord, yeah, hold on, let me drop the Discord link. I did post the what did I drop? The judge's order yesterday in my Discord link, or in my Discord, because I didn't read it in a reasonable time and I didn't feel the need to go live just for that. Although it is spicy, it was not a necessary spice level. Yeah, that's the thing too. It's just crazy. Like, it's just weird to me. All right, so I'm going to stop sharing that. Oh boy. Let's see. I need to drop the Discord link. I have to open Discord on my computer. I don't have it open generally when I stream. Otherwise, I get Discord notifications that annoy the crap out of me while I'm streaming. I haven't opened it in a while. But we are going to open the other document. Randy's response to the counterclaim. Hoy. Let me. Never. Invite people. Copy. Here is the Discord server. There we go. Court should allow Bruce to serve by mail. Yeah. I know you hate Discord. I'm not a huge fan of it either, but like it definitely does help for certain things. And documents is one of them. I originally started my Discord server because Flash Fan forced me. No, I'm just kidding. Because when I have documents, it was getting hard for me to keep the documents straight. And then that was just my way of sharing them with people. Hey, Sassy Mama C, how are you? All right, now we have Flash Fan forced me. Flash Fan and Gabby, it's all their fault. Let's see, Randy's. And I have no idea why StreamYard. I promise you guys, I am going to look into like Streamlabs and do a test stream or two. It's just, hey Joanne, thank you. April 1st, Randy should be in Ohio court for a lawsuit against Andrew Alvarez, known as Guapo, Storage Legends JH as plaintiff. I've heard of Guapo. I've just never like seen him. It's good for voice chat and screen sharing. That's true. Bubbles expects Randy to work 24/7. That's ridiculous. Bubbles also thinks that this is Randy's only case. And I'm pretty positive that this is not Randy's only case. And Jeremy is not Randy's only client. All right. This is from Randy. Response to request for order under FRCP 41A2 dismissing counterclaim counts 2 and 3. Plaintiff Jeremy B. Hales, by and through undersigned counsel, respond to the request for order under FRCP 41A2 dismissing counterclaim counts 2 and 3, document 111, and states, 1. Plaintiff does not object to dismissal of counterclaim counts 2 and 3, but does not agree with the request to the extent that it states dismissal will render moot the motions to dismiss, documents 109 and 110, eliminating the need for the court to rule on those motions. That's a really good point. Squid, I know you thanked me for the baby girl. I thought for sure I sent you money for your girls' night out. Let me know if you received it. Let me look. I probably did. Yep, for girls' night. Thank you, Debbie, for the $10 super chat. For your girls' night out, have a great time. Thank you so much. Thank you so much. Like, y'all are awesome. Like, y'all are awesome. Oh, I'm a little behind, but very respected attorneys say a lie unchecked becomes the truth. Yeah, that's yeah. Yeah, these were the things that the judge had put in an order a few days ago, or there was a deadline of 3/28. So this is Yeah, no one uses my voice chat because I never go in there. Maybe when the little starts sleeping in her own room by herself for most of the night, maybe I'll start doing night streams again. But you deleted Discord because it was very confusing. Maybe I need to give it a try again. I try to make mine as simple as possible. There's not a lot of things to get lost in. There's one like chill and chat. There's a place for other creators to grift themselves. Put their streams up. There's my upcoming lives. And then I have a chat. Hi, beautiful. Hi, baby. Girl, you got some sleepy hair. I have a place to chat about certain cases and specific cases. And then I have a section for documents on those cases. So each thing is its own. Hi, beautiful. Did you have a good nap? Okay, we're going to get through this. This is because the motion to dismiss documents 109 and 110 also relate to count 1 of both counterclaims, both for intentional infliction of emotional distress, which still remain pending. Thus, dismissal of counterclaim counts 2 and 3 does not eliminate the need for the court to rule on the motions to dismiss. And as to count 1, the motion to dismiss remain ripe for ruling. That was pretty much all that there is. There isn't a whole lot of stuff today. So it is what it is. I try to make my Discord as non-confusing as possible because Discord confuses the crap out of me too, especially on servers that are huge and have multiple places to put things. Someone will be like, I put it in the Discord server. Well, where did you put it? Because there's like 6 different places to put things. I have a general chat, a workout for people to talk about workouts. I have I will show you my screen. I have very few and I have a place because I don't have pets. I have a place for people to drop pics of their pets. Mine's very kind of boring almost. But because it's boring, I like it that way. I like boring because boring is simple. And simple is my way to go. Bedhead baby squid. Yeah, you got some bedhead. Yeah. Should we go brush your hair?
No.
I've never used Telegram and I don't intend on starting now. I don't know anybody that I talk to very much or, that uses Telegram. So didn't you say you wanted to know? We don't have the time for that. That will give us content for years to come. Bubbles thinks this is Randy's only case because this is his only case. Yeah, he also thinks that all lawyers operate that way. Yeah, I keep freezing. Oh no. But on that note, I am going to get going. Baby has more teeth than I have at 55. Yeah. We have a dentist appointment next week. So, hi, beautiful. Squid, it's so much easier and a joy to give than it is to receive. Food for thought. When we struggle to receive, think of your joy, you're robbing the giver. That is true. I just don't like to take advantage of people. And I'm very independent, almost to a fault, where sometimes people are like, shut up and you need help. It's just one of those, when people ask if you need help moving. No, we got it. And then comes the day and it's like, oh yeah, we probably did need help, didn't we? So have a great one. Sent all the Wisconsin teen links. I see that you messaged me. I will look at it when I'm done. We only used Discord when I played Call of Duty with my friends. I just think Discord, I was thinking about Discord versus locals, and I just like the fact that Discord is free, generally speaking. And I can drop documents easier because I can create my folders, and that's pretty much why I did it. My Discord is just how my brain works, separated into folders. But do you want to say goodbye?
Bye.
Let's see if we have anybody to redirect to. See if anybody's alive. Let's see. Oh, we hit 3,600 subscribers. I was hoping to hit 3,600 subscribers by the weekend, but we did it by today. We got 30. Look, it says 3,600.
Yeah.
I gotta take a picture of that before YouTube messes with me. Oh, we have 5 people that downvoted this stream. Oh, that's funny to me. I wonder who those could be. I wonder. But guess what? Yeah. So you got $5 more for your bedroom. What should we buy?
Hi.
Let's see.
I see.
Redirect customization.
Yeah.
I know, right? Who said she could do that? Redirect. Who should we redirect to? Let's see. Broken Baker's live. Flux is live. Flux. Let's go to Flux. Everybody say hi to Flux. She's amazing. Spawn, you're late. Going late and way behind, but I cannot understand why anybody cannot see your point. When you get to this point, I think it's just emotions and partially emotion, just that I just don't involve emotion in this. Tammy, hey, say hi.
Hi.
Thank you. Maybe we can hit maybe 4,000 by my birthday at the end of summer. Yeah, love that smiley face. Yep. All right, we're gonna get going. I haven't used Discord, but I've joined it, and I'm not in there a lot. Like I am in there a lot, but like I don't talk a lot because it's like me, Afternoon AT2. Hey AT1. Good stream as always. Need to bottle that little energy. Yeah. How do we do that? All right. We are gonna go say hi to Flux. Everybody go say hi to Flux, making sure I got all the and Sticky Widget, thank you for the 5 Squid Purple memberships. I did not see who they went to, and I apologize. So if you got a gifted membership, thanks, Sticky Widget. Y'all have a great day. I love you all, and I will see you on the next one.
Hi.
See you. Say bye.
Hi.